Dillon Gabriel has instant reaction to viral Shedeur Sanders video. Shedeur Sanders went viral this week after a viral interview where he rejected questions about the Browns starting Dillon Gabriel, who replied to that "See, the Cleveland Browns are some sort of media crisis currently in the sports world. Coming into the season by signing Joe Flacco, drafting Dillon Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders was sure to set the season up with some storylines to remember. As Joe Flacco was named the starter for Cleveland, beginning the regular season, it felt like the right move to have the veteran guy starting for a relatively young team. Now, after 4 weeks of Flacco, it was evident that he no longer has what it takes to put this team in the best position to win football games. This is why Dillon Gabriel was named the starter moving forward for the Browns earlier this week. As Gabriel was named the second-string QB behind Flacco to start the year, the natural progression would lead to him starting when Flacco underperforms. What was not expected, or maybe was the frenzy that this could cause in the fan base and the media after this move. Many fans wishing bad performances from Gabriel just because he is starting in front of a household name, Shedeur Sanders, and they would like to see Sanders start for the Browns. As Sanders is such a polarizing figure, the media attention towards him is unmistakable. In the now viral video, Shedeur was asked how he felt about the Browns' recent quarterback changes, specifically starting Gabriel and keeping Shedeur at third-string QB, even behind the struggling Flacco. In that video, Shedeur does not speak the words but mouths them, which we have now learned was a response to former head coach Rex Ryan criticizing Shedeur on Get Up on ESPN. In the roundabout way of the media cycle, Dillon Gabriel was asked how he felt about Shedeur's interview, and he had this to say: "We can only control what we can control. Yeah, I don't want to speak for anyone in particular." In the short video, Gabriel outlines the basics of a situation like this, where two rookie quarterbacks are vying for playing time. In both Gabriel's and Sanders' eyes, they want to be the starting guy, but you cannot come out directly and say that you should be the starting guy. The decision is also beyond their control, and they are simply trying to be the best players they can be. You do start to wonder when a situation like this will begin to hurt the overall team and their chemistry. But I think it's important to remember what Gabriel said to start the response. "We're a team, we do this as a unit." This should be the motto the Browns take from this, whoever is starting each week. Browns legend makes stunning prediction about Deshaun Watson. Why Dillon Gabriel's family is unable to make trip to London for NFL debut. Myles Garrett shares inspiring message for new starting QB Dillon Gabriel. Myles Garrett shares very encouraging quote about his availability against the Minnesota Vikings. The NFL has never been short of storylines, but sometimes the drama extends far beyond the gridiron, finding its way into the locker room, the press conference stage, and the ever-unforgiving landscape of social media. In Cleveland, the spotlight has been glaring on the Browns' quarterback room, one that has recently become the subject of endless debate, dissected under a microscope by both insiders and fans. And at the heart of it, Shedeur Sanders. The young Browns quarterback, already carrying a last name that echoes through football history, has managed to polarize the league in record time. Every move he makes, on or off the field, becomes a headline. So when a video of Shedeur went viral earlier this week, it wasn't just another clip tossed into the digital void. It exploded. It drew reaction from fans, analysts, even former Super Bowl coaches. And it drew an instant reaction from Dillon Gabriel, the other quarterback whose name has been linked with Shedeur's in Cleveland's heated competition for leadership. What Gabriel said, or, more accurately, how he reacted, has now added another twist to an already combustible situation. The viral video. The video in question wasn't even a game highlight. It wasn't a jaw-dropping touchdown or a clutch fourth-quarter scramble. No, it was a moment captured in a Browns practice facility during what should have been routine team media availability. In the clip, Sanders was asked about his relationship with Gabriel, about whether there was tension in the quarterback room. Instead of answering normally, Shedeur did something no one expected. He leaned back in his chair, looked straight into the camera, and mimed zipping his lips shut. Then, he mouthed the words, slowly and deliberately. "I don't need to say anything." He didn't say it out loud. He mimed it, almost theatrically, in a way that felt both cryptic and confrontational. The clip lasted less than 10 seconds, but it spread like wildfire across social media. Fans were split. Some saw it as Sanders being playful, showcasing the same charismatic swagger that made his father, Deion "Primetime" Sanders, a cultural icon. Others saw it as immaturity, a subtle jab, and perhaps even a silent shot aimed at Gabriel. By the time the sun set that day, hashtags were trending. Memes flooded the timeline. National sports talk shows couldn't resist making it the lead segment. And somewhere in the middle of it all was Dillon Gabriel. Gabriel's first reaction. Gabriel, the Oklahoma transfer who carved out his own reputation before landing in Cleveland, didn't wait long to address the situation. Reporters caught him leaving the Browns facility later that afternoon. One of them shouted the inevitable question. "Dillon, did you see Shedeur's video? Any thoughts on what he meant?" Gabriel stopped, smiled, adjusted the strap of his backpack, and without missing a beat, he gave an answer that instantly went viral on its own. "Yeah, I saw it. My reaction? Cool. Some of us talk with our arms, some of us talk with our play. I'll let my game do the talking." It wasn't loud. It wasn't brash. But it was sharp enough to cut through the noise. And just like that, a rivalry that had been simmering quietly inside the Browns' quarterback room now had a public edge. Reading between the lines. To understand why Gabriel's reaction mattered, you have to know the dynamics at play. The Browns didn't draft Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel to be best friends. They drafted them to compete. The organization has been searching, sometimes desperately, for the quarterback of the future. And in Sanders, they saw a potential franchise leader with swagger, pedigree, and charisma. In Gabriel, they saw consistency, leadership, and a proven ability to command an offense with precision. Two different quarterbacks, two different styles, and two very different personalities. When Shedeur zipped his lips in that viral video, it wasn't just a quirky moment. To Gabriel, and to many watching, it came off as a statement, "I don't need to explain myself. I'll show you." But Gabriel's reaction flipped it back on its head. His subtle jab, "Some of us talk with our arms, some of us talk with our play," was a reminder that this competition wasn't about theatrics. It was about execution. The instant reaction wasn't just a soundbite. It was a warning shot. Locker room fallout. Inside the Browns' locker room, players pretended not to care. They said the right things in interviews, "It's just competition, we've got two talented guys, iron sharpens iron." But the truth was,